7 matches in 9 days with the ticket to Paris on the line. That's the test facing the U.S. men's national team as they get ready for the FIVB Olympic qualifying tournament. It'll be really important for the team to know their opponents, just like you should, before the first set of pool play. The men play in Pool B and will first face Egypt, a team that ranks FIVB number 19. Egypt won its 9th All-Africa Games earlier this year. The team's best ever Olympic result was 9th in 2016. Finland is the second opponent of the pool, coming in ranked number 28. They finished 19th this year in the European Championship, and they've yet to qualify for the Olympics in the team's history. Japan is the last team the U.S. will see in the pool phase, and on paper, they represent the toughest challenge. The host country is ranked number 5 by FIVB. 1972 was the team's best ever Olympic finish, earning gold. In Tokyo, the team placed 7th. Japan finished 1 spot behind the U.S. at this year's VNL, taking bronze. So there you go. Now, just like the U.S. men's national team, you know the opponents as we get set for pool play in the Olympic qualifier beginning on September 30th. It's almost time for one of the best AVP events on the calendar, the 2023 Manhattan Beach Open. We're excited, you're excited, but hey, I won't blame you if you need a little reminding on who won it last year, because it's been a minute. Now, if only there were a way that we could hear from last year's winners before we start this year. Oh wait, there is.
It's such an honor to be here, be a part of this ceremony, and to have my name on this plaque on the pier. Such an amazing moment that I'll never forget.
What's up, everybody? We are at Hermosa Beach right now, and we're gonna go see if we can find Therese Cannon and Sarah Sponsel. They're here training. They gave us the invite, and we're gonna go check in and say hi. Let's go. So if you're not caught up with where they are in the season right now, they just got back from Brazil. Awesome result in Itapema. 3rd place finish, bronze medal. We're actually on the road this week back to Brazil. So we're catching them in this little training block right before they're back out competing.
Therese, Sarah, how we doing?
Good, how we doing? Happy Friday.
Doing good. How's it going so far?
Good. It's a beautiful day. You really can't ask for better weather than this.
Sponsors on it. Oh, brilliant. Just exceptional play.
It was good. I think it's always hard to lose in the morning and then come back and play again in a couple hours, and I thought I was pretty proud of us for how we did it. We had a really tight semifinal match, so to be able to, you know, turn around and compete and come away with a medal was pretty exciting.
It's more and more fun. Each match is like life or death, so you got to go out there, you got to be ready, and you and your partner have to be connected. So I think we did a good job of that in Brazil, and I'm excited to get back out on the road and stick together.
Jordan Larson, you need no introduction, but I want to ask you, how has it been being back with this team this season?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, I didn't really anticipate coming back, so the fact that the door was still open is great, and I'm happy to be back and just being around all the girls, and the team has been awesome and help in any way I can. So it's been really, really great and very welcoming. So,
what did the team kind of learn from the Norseca that you recently returned from?
We know Dominican is a great team, and so I thought we came out strong in the final. Unfortunately, we fell short, but also we sometimes have to give credit to them. They played a really great match, and I thought, you know, we learned a lot about ourselves and what we have to get better at, which we used these couple training days before we left for Poland to really to use. So I'm really excited to see how we can really kind of use that to our advantage.
All right, so the Olympic qualifier,
yes.
Help us quantify that a little bit, the importance of this, what does this mean? Give us a little bit of the rundown here.
Yeah, so this next week we're going to be, I think it's 7 matches in 9 days or something, really intense, but I don't know, I feel like we've done a lot of prep. It's obviously really important for next year, and I think being able to qualify now versus waiting till next year is kind of a decent weight off our shoulders, but we have really good competition going to Poland, and we know that, but also at the end of the day we just have to focus on our side of the net. If we can focus on our side of the net, then I think a lot will come, but again, it takes a lot of work, and but I trust in our training and what we've done, and we just have to go out there and now compete and prove why we deserve to be at the Olympics next year. So I'm really excited, and I hope that the fans get to enjoy it as well.
All right, Jordan Larson, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
What's going on, everybody? We are at the Elite Athlete Training Center in Chula Vista, where it's been an absolutely awesome week of training and competition with the 2023 Beach Collegiate National Team. Right now, we're about to go meet up with Jalen Jasper and walk to practice. All right, here with Jalen Jasper. Jalen, how's it going? How's the week been for you?
It's been a very interesting week. This is one of my first times playing beach, so really getting into the flow of things and getting a feel for the game has been a lot of fun. I'm having a great time.
Jalen, I want to take it all the way back to the beginning, if we can. How did you first kind of get involved with volleyball and even just sport in general? How much has athletics been a part of your life?
Yeah, so I grew up as a basketball player. I played basketball for 10 years. It was the first sport I ever played. And once I got to high school, I just kind of got a little sick of it. You know, it wasn't as fun, and I wanted to try something else. So I gave volleyball a go and ended up being pretty decent at it. And, you know, I always knew I wanted to play sports in college.
Another personal question for you, as we've almost made it to the court here, but what do you do when you're not playing volleyball? What's some of the pastimes of Jalen Jasper?
That is such an interesting question. The past however many years, I've just been so dialed into volleyball that sometimes I forget that there are other things outside of it. But one thing I've actually picked up as a hobby, and I actually want to see if I can possibly turn it into a career one day, is doing yoga.
Qualifying for the Olympics. How do you do that? Today we seek to find an answer, and we're starting by asking those with direct knowledge of this perplexing phenomenon. Qualifying for the Olympics, how does it work?
It can be complicated.
It's complicated.
I'm honestly still trying to figure that out.
We start with one expert opinion.
Simplest way, I think, is to be ranked in the top 16 in the world as of June 2024. One country has 3 or 4 teams ranked in the top 16, then only the top 2 will get to go. If you are not ranked in the top 16, there's other continental tours that you can qualify through. I think there used to be an Olympic qualifying tournament too, which was in addition to that, but I honestly don't even know if they're doing that anymore.
Nope, that is not it either. How about altogether? Using the power of teamwork, members of the beach national team describe how you qualify for the Olympics.
To qualify for the Olympics for Team USA Beach Volleyball.
Look on the schedule, fly anywhere and everywhere in the world that the FIVB makes you travel to.
And basically you try to win as many tournaments and collect as many points as you can.
They take your top 12 finishes out of however many international tournaments you play and whatever point breakdown that is from those 12 finishes.
Out of those 12 tournaments, if you're ranked top 16, you go to the Olympics.
And you only can get finishes with the same partner. So once you switch partners, you got to start from 0 again.
But you could win world champs and you could get the bid, but they could pass it to someone else. It's so complicated, it's crazy.
Yes, Miles, it's very complicated, especially when each country has its own set of approved selection procedures. Per USOPC approved selection procedures, section 1.3 to be exact, Olympic quotas for U.S. pairs will be determined by their finish on the FIVB Olympic rankings list. So, with that in mind, let's recap. The following applies to both the men's and women's Olympic tournaments. 24 total teams will compete at the Olympics. A country can send a maximum of 2 pairs. Each pair must stick together and compete within that qualifying window as a pair to earn a top 2 spot for their country. An automatic bid has already been given to the host country for 1 pair. Another automatic bid is given to the winning country of the winning pair at the Beach World Championships. 5 bid places will be awarded to the 5 winners of the Olympic continental tournaments, guaranteeing a place for those winning countries. The remaining 17 spots will be given to the top 17 finishers on the FIVB Olympic rankings list. That will be from their performances from January 1st, 2023, all the way to June 10th, 2024. That top 17 is determined by their best 12 tournaments within that Olympic qualifying window at FIVB Olympic qualifying tournaments. So, there you go. Finally, an explanation to the never-ending question. But if you're still confused, here's Theo Brunner.
Play 12 tournaments, top 17 teams in terms of points per tournament.
Hey National Team athletes, I'm Severin, your friendly neighborhood digital media coordinator and your humble guide on today's journey. Please sit back and relax, fasten your seatbelts, and return all tray tables to their upright and locked positions as we tour the facility. This is the main door, one of 2 ways you can enter, and as I'm demonstrating, remember it's a pull door, not a push door. This is the second door on the side of the building. It's usually open when you arrive, but also sometimes it's locked. You can bark here, or here, or here, or you know what? Yeah, I think you probably get it. When you go through the main door, you'll see a set of stairs to your left. These are the stairways to the offices where your coaches are, where your mail will be, and also where your team rooms are. It's easy to miss, but they are the only stairs leading up to the second level, so maybe it isn't hard to miss. I don't know. Women's national team members, the two black doors at the top of the stairs are the entrance to your team room, and as I'm demonstrating, it's also sometimes locked. Never fear, you can find Kristen or myself or your coaches with the key. Also at the top of the secret stairs, you'll have two directional choices, right or left. To your left is the way to the mail room, the massage and media room, and the men's national team room and offices. To your right is towards the women's national team offices. If you go right, the women's national team offices are the first unmarked door to your left. At the Elite Athlete Training Center in Chula Vista, the beach volleyball courts were alive this past week with the sights and sounds of organized training activities. For many of these athletes here, that isn't always an easy thing to find.
You know, this is such an incredible opportunity. There's no beach volleyball for men in college, so to be invited out here and train with some of the best coaches in the nation is super awesome.
Beach volleyball can be difficult to navigate out of college and sometimes isolating. USA Volleyball's National Team Development Program set up the 2023 Beach Collegiate National Team Training Block with structure and guidance from some of the very best to show these young athletes that they aren't alone in their post-collegiate transition.
With beach training in the summer, usually it's just you're staying at your house or an apartment if you don't live in California, and you're commuting to practice. You get to practice and it's not super like a community environment, but here you're staying with your teammates, you get to watch your teammates to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're walking to the courts with them. So it's really like a nice community building thing along with the amazing volleyball that we're getting.
After a week of friendly competition, hands-on coaching, and information sessions with USAV staff, the athletes will be able to leave Chula Vista knowing that a future in beach volleyball is a viable option with support from their team on the sand and the team on their jerseys.
I think it's super important to get your foot in the door, just at least your foot in the door with like USA Volleyball, NTDP, and if you can, they will help you the rest of the way. Especially with beach, because it is so tough to like organize everything and manage your own practices, the finances of it. Getting your foot in the door is the most important part, and USA Volleyball will help you the rest of the way.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Severin Lavenstein here with you at a relatively empty Salt Palace in Salt Lake City, Utah for the 2023 SLC Showdown. That's why you see all these courts behind me. Relatively empty for now, but in just a few hours' time, over 15,000 athletes, that's right, 15,000, I double-checked, are going to be here this weekend and next weekend competing in the 2023 SLC Showdown. Should be lots of high-level volleyball coming your way. You want to stay up to date with it. You want to follow along. How can you do that? You can follow us on our socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We've got you covered. A second place finish at VNL and a first place finish at the NORCECA Continental Championship. It really seems like the U.S. men's national team has found a good rhythm, and that comes with perfect timing because next up on the list is the Olympic qualifier. In many ways, you could draw parallels to a competitive college internship. No, the athletes aren't earning college credit, but just like the work a lot of their classmates are doing this summer, members of the women's collegiate national team are gaining valuable experience at the next level, a level that could come sooner than they may think. Andy, I think you said a little while ago that Miles kind of attacks the game maybe in certain ways that are different than other American players, and I think you also mentioned how like certain facets of his game make it even easier on you. Can you just kind of expand more on that? Like is it his spacing on the court? Is it like just sort of the way that he's able to get to a certain ball that may be different than others? What are some of the specifics there that you see?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's incredibly athletic and agile. So which I think he would disagree with, but I'm gonna speak on his behalf.
I'm sometimes efficient. I don't think I'm that agile.
But he can cover a lot of space really quickly. So for example, if I'm passing, like if I'm playing with somebody else, to have like a great option pass, it would have to be in a pretty narrow window for them to be able to option and jump set it. I mean, there's some balls where I just have to get the ball close to the net, and Miles is going to be able to get his feet to the ball and hit it. Obviously, if I pass it better, it's going to be easier on him, but he's able to bail me out a decent amount. So yeah, that just takes a lot of pressure off my side out game. If I can pass generally well, like get the ball up to the net, he's putting so much stress both on the blocker and defender. And if they show anything, even if they're on me, I get to see some movement before